humans. This is Riki from Rikilikemagic, and Shibby is not here because once again Shibby's legs are too small for these videos, but he wishes you all much love. Yes, today we will be breaking down Boy in Love by BTS. Boy in Love, not Boy with Love. I really hope that's why you clicked in. This video was chosen on my Patreon page. I don't take requests in the comments below. I take requests from my patrons. So if you want to have a chance to request what I watch and what I break down, then you can become a patron of mine. It'll be in the description box below. And my patrons chose Dope, which was my last video, and Boy in Love. There was a tie. I'm so excited to talk about this. Like, I watched it before filming, obviously, many times again, and it's such a good dance. It's such a good dance, and I haven't done this in a while, so I'm so excited to be back. And yes, I have been away. YouTube isn't my main job, and I was away training for about a month. So if you want to see what I did, I was in urban dance camp where I met Dylan Merrill, who choreographed J-Hope's Boy Meets Evil solo, and I also learned from Just Jerk Crew, which is a Korean hip-hop crew. I don't think they've worked with BTS, but they're amazing. So you can check out my Instagram if you want to see what I got up to. And then I was in Denmark doing another intensive. So now I'm back, finally having a bit of time, and I'm so happy to do this. Okay, let's get started. Yes, as per usual, I pause a lot and I talk a lot because this is not a reaction channel. I review these dances, I break them down, I talk about them because that's something that I didn't see a lot of on YouTube, and nobody's talking about how amazing these dancers are. So that's where I come in. Let's watch some dancing. Okay, with Boy in Love, I will be pausing so much because there's so many things that I noticed. And then once again, at the end of this, circle time is in the comments. So circle time is a safe environment where you get to tell me what you see. There's, like, I read the comments after every video. There are so many things I learn, and there are so many things I don't see. So I love hearing what you guys love about the dance, what you want more of, what you are dissatisfied by and satisfied by. It's kind of like everyone has their own biases, everyone has their own preferences, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I love hearing what people see. So please tell me what you see. Yes. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Let's go up till there, right? Their beginning is wonderful. I just love how it's already dancing from the beginning. So they turn around, they start, like, each of them has their own personality to the camera. Each of them has chosen the gestures that they're going to do to the camera. And there's this beautiful movement about that I love. And for some reason, this happens a lot in Boy in Love. Everything is highly choreographed, but a lot of it doesn't feel choreographed. So all of their bits to the camera, all of their, like, when someone's in the center, all of their extra hand gestures that makes them stand out, doesn't feel choreographed. So that is probably quite choreographed, that beginning, but it doesn't feel choreographed. So it's all these like, you're wondering what's gonna happen, who are these people, and there's a lot of intrigue for the beginning, which I really like. And then when they go forward, so there's no beat that has come in yet, there's just snares, there's just like hi-hats and very sharp movements. And those two movements when they walk forward, it's really clever choreography because you're wondering what's gonna happen. Walking forward and the little hit and the little head, lots of hairography as well in this dance. Their hair is perfectly made for this routine, and that flick just adds to the snare and adds to the music, and I just love it. I just love it. Okay, let's watch it. Let's just watch it again. See all of this movement happening, but they all have their own different things. Oh, it's iconic. Like, that's all what we know from Boy in Love. That's the first thing I think of anyway when I think of this dance. And it's quite literally a two-step. As I've said before, like, the simple things are sometimes the best. And it's a two-step going diagonally forwards and backwards. But when you add the right groove, a two-step can be anything that you want. So I don't know, you know what kind of a dance this is from the beginning then. Like, yes, there's that intro is beautiful, but then when you come in and the jump in also, by the way, bringing the knees in and then like splitting them so well and so high, and then that two-step and the groove and everything, it really, really suits how gravelly the voice is and how gravelly the music is. And I just think V is a perfect center point for that, because there's this wildness in that part of the music and he's very good at portraying that. Oh, love it. Okay, no, let's go back. Let's just blah, blah, blah. Oh, it's so effective. Like, genuinely, I love the choice of like having the dancers at the furthest point away from him when he comes forward, so it's two of the furthest back. It gives this real, again, they did that in Dope as well, it gives this real sense of depth. And it just, when I watch this, it looks like it's a mirror. It fits his voice so well as well, the wah, and then it comes up, and then it looks like a mirror. It looks like he's just, you know, in those fun houses or like those horror houses where you just see like a million of yourself. That's what it feels like to me. That's what it looks like to me. He brings up like 3 more of himself, because, and I say that because they are all so synchronized. Like, every hand is the same height, every foot is exactly the right angle as each other, and just, it's so good. It's so good. Let's go back again. Oh. Oh. Sorry, I shout a lot during these. I get very excited. So, do you know what it is as well? Is that a movement is chosen on the snare. So he goes, ba, ka, there's a snare. And a movement is chosen that is so easy to recognize, or like so simple and clear and extremely, extremely sharp. It grabs your attention straight away. So there's the contrast of it. So it's ba, that's a long note. And then the sharp snare at the end. So on, if I'm facing the laptop, on the right side, the first people who come up, it's just a head, but it's hands and a head. So it's really like, woo, that came out of nowhere. And then on the other side, there's like, they're writing, and there's very clear shape, and it's very intriguing. The whole thing is really intriguing. Really clever choreography, because it grabs your attention every time. Love it, love it. There's too much, guys. My job is so difficult. Yeah, so do you know what? They use everything they've got. They use everything they've got, because they have the 3 dancers coming up, then they drop, 3 dancers coming up, and then they drop. Sorry, I just can't name every single one of them. It'll just take me ages, and I just call them dancers because they're all so good. 3 dancers coming up, and they drop 3, blah, blah, blah. Then they have the 2 middle ones. So you started with the 2 back, then 3, then 3, then the 2 middle ones coming up to point, and then come back into the next section. It just feels really, they're not wasting any beats, and they're not wasting any opportunity, but it's still spacious enough for you to notice what's happening in each section. It just it generates such excitement. I think you all feel that excitement when we watch BTS, so I think these are moments why. See, so the middle 2 came up. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, okay. So, do you see that? I'll go back in a minute, but do you see this? That is something that is physically impossible for me to do, with heels fully on the floor and your pelvis all the way down, like tucked in, spine is long. I'm going to share something with you. This is my Everest. My body, physiologically, I don't think is capable of doing it. In dance, this is a very favorable thing to be able to do, because it means you're flexible in so many different ways. It means you have a really nice connection between your pelvis and your heels and your spine, and it's all gravy. And I started dancing very late, so I had already fused and was extremely inflexible in many places when I started. And my Achilles, which is here, sorry, my socks, your Achilles is here, is very short, and it's very depressing. You know, feet together, a squat, like without lifting up your heels, I fall over every time. And you cannot comprehend the jealousy that I feel when I watch people do this. And then it's like 7 was 6 right now, but 7 people can do that in a room, and I'll never be able to. I'm working on it. I can get much lower, but anyone watching this who can do this so naturally, just know how lucky you are. Anyway, okay, let's go back. So RM comes up. It's RM's turn, comes in, ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. It really fits the rap very nicely. I like the uniformity of it all because they've been doing so many different things. Then he comes down, really, really clear groove. It's always just marking the beat for this kind of, just to, keeps the plateau nice, you know, keeps it going, keeps it, we've been brought somewhere, and then he comes in for his moment, and the movement is very nice around that. And then they come down to this. Oh yeah, never said this at the very beginning, but they are so young. Like, I've been like following them for so long, and just to see them this young is like crazy. So RM back in the day then wouldn't be the most natural dancer. I don't notice it here, but in some other dances you may notice it. But his swag, his attitude, his like way of holding himself. A hip hop likes asymmetry. So there's always like a lean, there's always a crunch, there's always, you know, some sort of like not perfect posture. And he just has that to a T, and he's so great to watch, and has this really great presence, which I love watching. Here we go. Just even that bit, sorry, so that's tiny. But coming from here into the line next is very nice, because it's not just running. They do like 3 arms to hit those 3 beats. Ta, 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 I think is the rhythm, but probably not. And then they come into the center. I really like that. So it's, again, not wasting any opportunity. Da, 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 yeah. So that jump, I'm gonna shakes the camera, which I really like. And you're kind of like, what is happening? I like how the 2 frame on the side, so that's, you can, I don't know, they're making a nice frame of a picture, and then he just comes out of nowhere. And I really don't think he's going to be able to do the jump. And then he does. Go on, J-Hope. And now, Hakuna Matata. Hey! I love that section. It's one of my favorite bits of the whole dance. I couldn't stop watching it. So he comes and he does his moment. I mean, the rappers, when they're in the center, you know, they're too busy rapping, so they don't have a lot of movement. But I like his arms and things like that. Let's hope that doesn't go on for very long. I have a loud voice, so I'm gonna try and beat that background noise. So I like his arms, but then what I love is this next section where they all do this. I was trying to think of a word of this flow that is happening throughout Boy In Luv, because they have this crazy energy, really sharp movements, also heavy basses, but then it's like beautifully contrast with this, and then insert word here, I don't know it. It's not slippery. Smooth, that's a good word for it. Really smooth moments, like the wah, where the mirror men come up, and here with that foot. And what I love about that bit is that they're all dancing it, but J-Hope is like rapping a different rhythm while the smoothness happens. So it's almost like it's a part of the dance itself, is like how quickly the rap is going, and then his foot. I don't know, I just love that bit. It's really satisfying, because there's something else happening apart from the foot. And that he joins in with everyone at the perfect time. Hey! Oh, no, that's what it is as well. He does this little like head thing while he's doing it that I don't think everyone else does. I just think it's very extra and professional. Yeah, he does this little like head shake. Also iconic. Oh, no, don't do that to me. There's too much. Okay. Class. I don't think I've said class today yet. Class. So they come in, and then another iconic movement, because it's quite simple but effective, something that we can all learn and we can all do, and just 4 basic movements, and then you change the levels. That's all it takes, guys, and it is so good to watch. So they come in, I think it's hand, face, pose, and then flick, which I love the flick. So it is this sense of like boss. That's what it gives me a sense of. Hey! Bum 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 bum. Yeah! It's just simple to do, so then you can give it everything and then it just brings you to another level. Oh, I'm sorry. Like, you know when you watch something and you're like, oh, that's iconic. That's epic. No, actually that bit. No, I remember that bit. Like, it's all there with Boy in Love. So, ba-da-da-da. You know, do you know what I mean? Like, everything is on point. Everything makes sense. And that circle, I mean, okay, let's talk about this now, right? So we go, boom, da, 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 and all the arms perfectly on time. And you know it's building to something, and then the bass drops, and that. So it's like a body roll, and then you think it's a body roll. And then it's not. And then it just goes into this different dimension. I know it sounds like I'm talking like space, but it literally like a different dimension, because a body roll is backwards. And then they actually kind of tilt forwards, lean on that leg. Something very masculine about it, something quite macho about it. Really cool. Just, yes, all of the yeses. It happens again, and I'll probably just gush about it again later. Yeah! So something very, very tiny that I love about that bit, let's go back. Again, something I really, really like about it. Is that the only person who's still looking forward with his eyes is the center, is Jungkook. So if you actually look at the other dancers, this is just something that gives me a lot of pleasure, is their eyes are still following. Their eyes are still looking where they're supposed to be looking. You know a performer isn't really in it when their eyes are still either focusing on people in front of them or focusing on... You kind of know that they're not in it when they don't know where to put their eyes. They don't know what they're looking at. Because your eyes are still fully a part of your body, fully a part of the dance themselves. And I find it really satisfying and really lovely to see everyone actually looking, because a lot of the time, if you like keep your eyes somewhere, your neck is going to follow a tiny bit, your jaw, your head, they're never going to go fully to the side if your head is supposed to like curve to the side. So I thought that was a lovely little detail. Yes! And like that they're the same height and the same angle the whole time as well is so satisfying with that section. I love that section, because I'd say it was difficult to get them all turning in and out their foot at the same time while their body tilted on that axis at the same time. Seriously. Look! Hey! Yes! Yeah, V killed it there. Like, I love that bit, particularly of him, because it's that he does the same as everyone else the first time. Then when coming back forward, I think, or like the second time that he does it, he has like all of his own arms that are probably choreographed, but they don't feel choreographed. That's why I really like it. And it fits his rhythm as well as the rhythm of the music. And then when he finishes, I like how he jumps back. It's like him, and it's this wild, chaotic wonderfulness. And then I love how he turns back around on exactly like the right time in the music. It's really nice. Now this section, woo, sugar. So, very interesting choice of spacing. I really, really like it because you don't see it a lot with BTS. So it's this whole like, just put them in a group there and have them come in and join the main choreography. Is really, really nice. And the choreography is really good as well. That little spin. Yeah, it's actually like, it's really good choreography as well. So like the spin suits like the flow of the rap. Shoom. And then this thing as well. I always love a bit of that. It's very smooth again. So it's like hard, smooth. And then coming back, it's really, really nice. Yeah! Class! Okay, so back again. That car, like you just don't see it coming. And then you can like imagine your own vehicle, because it's all a bit of everything. And really well done, even just the moving and like, and how he like changes the gear stick in time to the music. There are 3 movements that he does in time with what's happening in the music. Ta ta ta! Ha! Yeah! And even just like the smoothness again of when I don't know if Jungkook is a door all of a sudden, but the smoothness of Jungkook opening out with J-Hope coming through. Love it. I love it. Here, shoom. Yeah. So like Jungkook could have just been like open, but he does this thing where he like leads with his arm and his hand and his wrist and opens his whole body, so it like gives it a different feel, a very cool feel. Oh, okay. I want to talk about that move. Let's do watch it again. Yeah, okay, so that move, I know it looks grand, like it looks good. It's hard to do that fast. That's why when I watched that, I was like, you know, and to have it with it, because when you're a hip hop dancer, you need to personify the music. So when something is happening in the music, your body needs to look like that sound. That's why hip hop is just so incredible to watch. So the rum, 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 like it's difficult to do because you have to change weight every time, and it's a fast change of weight, but while you change the weight, your leg needs to come out of your pelvis and back around. Boom, boom, boom. So I can do that slowly, and then to do it fast and on time is rough to do, and they look all really good at that. Like when I saw it, I think people would just watch and be like, oh yeah, it's just like a fun move. But it's difficult because it's not like you're going kick, kick, kick. You're coming up and out of your hip. You have to lengthen through the heel. Very nice. Ah! I love how Jungkook does that bit. So there's this like, he does like this little extra tss. Maybe they all do it, but I'm really noticing Jungkook at that bit. Boom! Hey! I just love this dance so much. They're all fab. Hey! Another really nice change of formation. So Suga's the center, killing it. Yeah, he's a really nice point of reference. So the choreography is happening everywhere, but Suga is like the point of reference. So he's kind of steering everything. So he's the center, comes in, finishes, also iconic, finishes his moment, but he like shifts and then suddenly the center point is somewhere else. BTS has done that a good bit, well, in Dope anyway. And I really love that because it just comes out of nowhere. It's very sly and I really like that. Oh, it's just so fun. Like, it's so great to watch. I mean, that was just fab. Like little sharp moments, fun times. And then a nice kind of segue into the next section. And then Jin is in the front to do our 4 points. He's so great here. Like, very commanding. That's the word I would use. Like, front and center, unreal. And look at his angles, even here. Look at that screenshot. That's the best angle out of them. And like that look at the flexed foot, lovely. Hey. And I don't know, they do it better this second time. Somehow. Jimin being in the front, really lovely. Like, he always has a different way of moving, so he even makes that smoothness of that move even smoother. Love it. And then we take a little, it's the ballad section. Okay. The first time I watched this today in prep for this, at that section I was like, it's really nice that they get a moment to breathe. That moment I'm like, look at them all there. Like, as a dancer, you're like, what part can I breathe at? And then I love when Jimin is singing and when they all like turn and bend their knees and turn to face the back. But the way he does it is that he leaves his head behind a little bit. And it's just this extra little detail that I really like. It's a little bit more, like, it's in keeping with what's happening in the music, which I really love. I love that section. So it's like, sharp, smooth, sharp. So this, I think that's like, for me, that tiny moment is the epitome of what happens in the whole song. Like sharp, smooth, sharp, smooth. I really like that part because it's just like kind of the motif of the entire dance. Hey. Oh, let's talk about that last moment. So here, yes, 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 and then Jungkook and Jimin pair off. So it's, again, something's changing, something's peeling away, layers are coming out. And then I just love how Jin stands there, again, commanding. And he's got this like stare, this smize, this all up in the eyes, like he is not letting that camera go. And then, so that's what makes this even more lovely because Dylan Merrill actually, when I was learning from him at Urban Dance Camp, gave a really good tip to the class, is that when you're isolating something, you're not just thinking about the thing that you're isolating. So this is an isolation because only the arm is moving, but actually it's isolating because you're keeping the rest of your body still. So you're consciously keeping the rest of your body still. And whether this is a conscious choice or not, Jin is like, with his gaze, is just everything is so still and boss. And then the arm just looks even more lovely. I love that bit. And then the high note. Oh yes, but then when they go up to the back of the room, I really like how they pair off as well. So you see that arm and that stare, and then the yeah, yeah, yeah. They all kind of come back to the room one after the other. So it's Jin, and then J-Hope and V, and then Sugar and RM, which is very nice as well, that I quite like. That arm. Like, it's so simple. I like all the weird, tiny, simple bits, but the high notes are happening, and we have hand on the chest, but we also have arm from Jungkook, and it's a good arm. Like, it frames him really well, and I like it. Oh! So we've had the one hand, you know, the one hand to the thingy, to the leaning, to the on the, I don't know this dance. And then this is the final time we do this part. So the choreography changes, which is always a lovely surprise. And they come and they do two arms, ba something, I don't know. And then the jump, the barrel turn on one leg, it's not a barrel turn, but it's on one leg. I love how they all reach this really gorgeous diagonal. It looks fab, particularly Jungkook can just like, whee! He's just like spinning on a diagonal axis. It's gorgeous. Yeah! So effective. Let's go back. Sure, why the hell not? Yeah! Head. I love that hair flick. Yes. And it's almost like this movement is almost like, because they keep saying, say what you want, I want to know what you want, la la la. That's like the final, like, come on and tell me kind of thing. I'm listening. Talk to me. Yes. Oh. So it's this explosion like a star. Everyone is this beautiful shape of arms everywhere. And then the coming in and like, ta! Very cool. Yeah. They're angry. Grr. But just one little thing, I would be driven mad by Jungkook just loses his balance a tiny bit and steps out. And if that were me, I would have been like, damn! But it's obviously amazing. They did fabulously. But this little fall, this little sickened. Amazing! 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 Yeah! Amazing! I went on a journey, and I hope you went on a journey with me too, and I hope you enjoyed that. And if you want to request anything from me, you can become a patron for $3 a month, but otherwise, delighted to have done this. And thank you, lovely patrons. You know who you are. I am loving my patrons. So yeah, now Circle Time. Circle Time is in the comments. It is a place where you get to talk about dance in all its glory. I love long paragraphs of things that you see, because people are always like, oh, I rambled and I'm sorry, and like, oh, this has just become such a long comment. And like, I love it. I mean, have you seen how long these videos are? We have a lot to say about the dance, and like, dance is the body, and the body is how we live in this world. The body is how we sponge in this world, and also how we express back to the world. And dance is a really important thing, in my opinion. So if you want to talk about it, you want to talk about what makes your heart sing, if you want to talk about things you don't like, there are many things that I don't like, and there are many things that I love. So just let's chat. If you enjoyed this video, you can like, you can subscribe, you can ring the little bell that gives you all the notifications, you can share it with your friends, and you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Remember, you are who you choose to be, and you are part of something bigger and deeper than yourself. And Shibby says bye. He's in the other room, but a heartfelt goodbye. I can hear him from here. And also, see you.